Kristen says, greetings, I am stuck in my relationship with God or higher intelligence. I was raised in religion where God is judgmental, punishing, and offered conditional love in that context. While I logically understand your points on religion, I'm stuck and I can't seem to get past or let go of the judgment and punishing aspects emotionally. Thoughts on how to address this? I don't want them anymore. Well, the first thing, Kristen, is well done on recognizing the fact that you don't want that. Right? If you've been in a relationship with somebody who's abusive, you can be a little hesitant in thinking, I know there's a better person out there for me, but I was beaten by this guy for so many years, or I was controlled by this woman for so many years, or whatever it is, that next time I go into a relationship, I'm hesitant. I want to believe that somebody's loving, that they can be kind, but I'm really on hooks. It's kind of the same parallel, right? If your previous conditioning is what it is, the best way to get through that is to build new references. Give God a chance to show that they're loving. Now, how many people went through the 1948 lectures of Neville Goddard? Give me a wave. Okay, 4 of you. I'm going to slap the rest of you, right? Those lectures are going to give you a different level of understanding. But remember what I said about your parents or your priest or rabbi or whoever it was that brought you up. People can only project from their model of the world. You see, Jesus himself, if we take the stance that there was a person called Jesus and he, as far as we can tell, gave the levels of teaching, knew that 2,000 years ago, through applied kinesiology, we can assess that the level of consciousness of humanity was at about 100 on the Atlas of Awareness. We'll get further on this in module 12. But let's just say, for those that haven't got there yet and don't want to skip ahead, which you don't, that most of humanity at the time of Christ was operating from fear. Can we kind of assume that as a general okayness, right? Jesus was not operating from fear. So what Jesus taught, he taught from his level of university level special relativity. But he was teaching a kindergarten class, which means most people couldn't interpret or understand. They can only understand from the level that they are at. And if you're operating from a level of fear, most people in the class would interpret it through the level of fear. So we cannot judge the people who taught us that were interpreting unconditional loving messages through their level of fear to then reproject to us their interpretation from a fear-based God. Not difficult to figure out. If Jesus stood on the Sermon on the Mount and was preaching, some people were fascinated, couldn't really understand it, but you're hearing from different levels, just like the word surrender. If you're in to me, surrender means be dominated and victimized by an external power that's trying to suppress you. If you're in by me, you hear the word surrender as give up. Stop trying. Stop striving. I surrender. I can't get this goal. I've tried so hard. I've done everything I can. If you're in through me, you hear the word surrender from letting go of resistance, allowing your relationship to the goal to present itself while you're in harmony with spiritual principles and love. Same word, 3 different levels of consciousness, 3 completely different interpretations. Same God, same message, different levels of interpretation. If people were in to me listening to that, or at best by me, they can't understand unconditional love. Blessed are the cheesemakers. Sorry, couldn't resist that. Life of Brian. What was that? The Greeks will inherit the earth. Bloody Greeks get everything. Yes, okay, my last little joke. I'm a magician. I alleviate things with humor, right? So, how do you replace your fire and brimstone interpretation that was given to you, not by God, by the people that were interpreting God as fire and brimstone, with a more unconditional loving God. Two ways. One, raise your own level of consciousness. Good news, guess what? We got a lot more modules to go. Second, start building references for your own relationship to God, not the one you were told that is, concordant with the people that told you that he was a nasty guy.